Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live for the night, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. We got some things that we need to discuss in the boxing world, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in to the channel right now, man. We're going to speak about Edgar Berlanga and Canelo Alvarez's press conference and exactly what made the headlines during that press conference. We're going to talk about Canelo Alvarez's interview with Sway in the morning and exactly what he said. And we're going to speak about the real reason. Canelo exposing the real reason why he's not looking forward to fighting David Benavidez anytime soon. And if he does, it has to be for a substantial amount of money, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building right now. I see a little bit of people starting to get their notifications, which is a great thing. I mean, if y'all can hit the like button as soon as y'all come in, that is very much appreciated. Let me make sure my audio is correct before I step, man. Let me make sure everything is all right. All right, everything looks good. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Let's get the likes up as soon as you come in. Shout out to the boy Stop Motion MMA. He said, "What's up, nation? What's going on, my brother? Slime, the GOAT." He says, "Blessing, Mark." Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the boy Slime Future. Shout out to Coffee Plant. Boxing Film say you about to cook Edgar live, not getting monetized. No. I ain't gonna really cook him all like that, man. I'm gonna just speak about what he said and what I think about it, and just like his overall body language in general. You see what I'm saying? We definitely gonna speak about that. I spoke about it in the interview, not the interview. I'm sorry, the video that I had put out earlier today, man. If y'all haven't seen it, go check it out. You see what I mean? It's doing some pretty solid views so far. You know what I mean? So if you haven't seen the video, man, please go check it out and leave a like on there as well. Glizzy talking about what's up, Dad. Why this nigga keep calling me Dad? Why you keep doing that? That's like the second time you done call me Dad. I don't understand what the fuck going on with this man. He said, "How are you though, man?" "I'm chilling, man. I'm maintaining, bro. I can't complain." You see what I mean? I'm out here just shaking and moving, just making sure everything is all right at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Making sure my son good. I mean, I get my son tomorrow, which I'm excited about. You feel what I mean? But, you know, just trying to balance everything like as a man should. You feel what I mean? Ain't nothing really much to it. You know what I'm saying? But this, you know what? I think I'm going to just start my lives off by just talking some real life shit and then getting into the boxing. There's one thing I want to say. Just some shit that just been on my mind. You feel what I'm saying? And this don't gotta, you know, this is something that I got from boxing, but, you know, this could just apply to life in general. You feel what I mean? And that's just, and it's so simple. It's just, bro, be yourself, man. You see what I mean? Like, people really need to take the time to figure out who they are as people. You know what I'm saying? And just moving how you supposed to be moving out here in these streets. You see what I'm saying? Like, not trying to fake it. You know what I mean? Not trying to act like something you not, man. Listen, bro. There's a lot of people out here in these streets that's really not street people. You feel what I mean? But they were influenced. They were pushed by other people to do this. And you'd be surprised how many grown-ass men still fall to peer pressure. You feel what I'm saying? There's a particular individual that, you know, I be seeing at the boxing gym and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I've worked with him in the past, and, you know, I'm not going to really call out any names or anything like that, but you could just tell that this man, well, he's not a man, he's a kid. This kid, you could tell that, you know, he wants more of the image that comes with the side of boxing in comparison to actually being a boxer. You feel what I mean? And I just feel like, bro, if that's not really who you want to be in life, then there's no point in even trying to portray yourself in that light. Like, if you're not a fighter, it's all right to not want to be a fighter. It takes a certain amount of crazy to be a fighter, man. You see what I mean? And there's a lot of people that, you know, have brains, you know what I mean, can apply their life to different things and be successful at that. And you could tell that, you know, they just want the reputation that come with the boxer. They want the stigma that boxers have around them going on in their lifestyle and shit like that. They want the reputation of just being feared. I don't know exactly what it is, but regardless, man, I mean, there's a lot of people that's not cut out for this lifestyle, and you see it, and they just do everything they can to try to show you that they are that. But the more they try to show it, the more they expose themselves for not really being about that life. So, you know what I mean? It was something that I had picked up just being at the boxing gym, but this can easily apply to anybody outside of boxing. This could just apply for life in general. If it's not you, you don't have to do that, bro. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of energy it consumes a lot of energy in your life trying to be something that you're not. You feel what I mean? And if you're not that, bro, there's no shame in not being that. You can easily be somebody else and be just as successful if not even more successful. Find what it is that, you know what I'm saying? Find out who you are as a person, first of all. And then after that, then you start to pick up like your interests and shit like that. And you just, figure out what it is that makes you you, and maximize it to the best of your potential. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just all I really wanted to say before I get into the boxing talk, y'all. If y'all resonate with that, you know what I mean, it's cool. If y'all know somebody that's like that, cool. If it may be you, cool. You see what I mean? But stop trying to be shit that you're not. You know what I mean? That's just just to keep it simple. You feel what I mean? But let me see exactly what Boxer Film said right there. He said, I feel like boxers who went through some type of fan would always have an advantage over some rich kid who's just doing it. But the sad thing, they're the ones who make it. Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of them, bro. Yeah, just be you. You see what I mean? And maximize being you to the best of your ability. You see what I mean? Stop trying to be something that you're not. I mean, that shit could really get you hurt, really get caught up in some shit you really don't want to be involved in. And I mean, it consumes a lot of energy, overcompensating. You know what I mean? It's a lot of overcompensating going on in this world, bro. And it's like, bro, if you're not that, it's cool. You see what I mean? And if the people around you don't accept it, they're not really your homies. You know what I'm saying? So get a better circle around you. Nah, I didn't confront him, bro. Just, that's just something like he a kid, but he old enough to figure shit out on his own. So, I see it, and a lot of other people see it. You feel what I mean? But eventually it'll expose itself. I don't need to expose anybody. Shout out to Thoroughbred Boxing. What's going on, my brother? Let's get into this boxing talk, man. So, the biggest news that had taken place today was the press conference that had happened between Edgar Berlanga and Canelo Alvarez. You feel what I mean? It took place in New York, from what I understand. That was really fucking rude. This bitch ass nigga just walked past my camera like he was somebody. This motherfucker just walked past my camera like he paid rent or some shit. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Bro, I swear to God, bro, cats don't be giving a fuck, bro. I'm trying to tell you, these niggas is disrespectful. I mean, you bring them into your home, you give them a good little lifestyle to live. These bitch ass niggas don't pay rent. They scratch up your sofas. These niggas is like parasites, bro. They just you take these niggas and they just fuck shit up. That wasn't even Blackie, Slime. This was Simba, bitch ass Garfield. I got Blackie stuck in the laundry room right now because he don't know how to stay the fuck still. He over here causing a ruckus. You feel what I mean? I ain't with all that energetic shit right now. Nigga is late. Niggas is tired. Bro, ain't nobody even trying. It's burning me out watching this nigga run and zoom all up and down this fucking apartment, bro. But that's real disrespectful. Like he a real life asshole for that. And I was gonna turn the water on for him to sip on. I ain't giving him shit now. He's a dick. But anyways, like I was saying, y'all, my fault. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get into this boxing shit, but all this stupid shit keep coming up. Matter of fact, let me turn on the water for this nigga so he can get on my face. Cause he a little bougie ass cat. He don't like to drink out of like water bowls. It need to be like some type of faucet or fountain for him to drink from. I don't know. That's just how he give it up. I mean, that's how spoiled he been. He drinking the water right now. You feel me? But anyways, the biggest news that had happened this week in the sport of boxing was the press conference that took place between Edgar Berlanga and Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? It's official, it's signed, sealed, and they're going to be rumbling September 14th. And shout out to my man Jamil Parker, YSM Sports Media, for being in the building and, catching, the press conference that took place. Man, he out here shaking and moving. And, I just wanted to, give him his flowers for that. You know what I mean? It takes a certain level of work ethic to, stay on top of the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? This man traveling 2.5 hours over to New York to, get some great content. So shout out to Jamil Parker at YSM, one of my guys, for coming through and, capturing that event. You feel what I mean? But I wanted to speak about the event and exactly what's going on that card. Now, there's a lot of people that was, upset about the card that Canelo Alvarez is having, specifically the undercard and shit like that, because, it's not the best fights that's taking place. And the main event in itself is kind of underwhelming in a sense because a lot of people feel like, Edgar Berlanga isn't worthy. A lot of people feel like he hasn't done what it takes to ultimately get, a big fight against Canelo Alvarez. So a lot of people are underwhelmed with the main event in general. But there was a lot of people expressing like, being upset with the undercard as well. Now, the undercard that's taking place, the co-main event will be Danny Garcia versus Erislandy Lara. Two guys, in all honesty, who are at the end of their careers. You know what I mean? And from what I understand, I think that fight is taking place at a catch weight. You feel what I'm saying? From what I understand, I don't think it's going to be a full-fledged 160 contest. And I don't think it's really going to affect Erislandy Lara too much because, he pretty much been a career 154. And I think he only moved up to 160 to try to get the Triple G fight. He ended up getting a belt and shit like that. So I just think he ended up staying in the division. But I don't think he'll have any trouble, getting down to that catch weight, whatever that catch weight is. You feel what I'm saying? But, bro, what the fuck is you doing, bro? You know what, bro? Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get out, bro. Get out. Fuck, smack the shit out of you. Get out. Get the fuck out. Go ahead. Go about your business, bro. This motherfucker, bro. These dudes, bro. But anyways, they got a good co-main event that's going on. In my opinion, I actually like the fight. You know what I mean? Erislandy Lara, like I said, this man is in his 40s. I think he's like the oldest active champion in boxing right now, from what I understand. And we got Danny Garcia, who, he says that his goals is to become a three division world champion. Obviously, he was unified at 140. He had a title at 147 for some of the best guys. He wasn't able to capture a title at 154. So now he's looking to get the middleweight title. You see what I mean? And I think that Danny Garcia only got a handful of fights left before he walks away from the sport of boxing. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's a good fight, in all honesty. I think it's a good little style matchup, especially considering the fact that, Erislandy Lara has adopted a different style since getting older. You feel what I mean? Since he's gotten older, he hasn't really been relying on his legs as much, and he's become a certified sniper. He's been sitting down on his punches. He's been catching people with some vicious left hands, and he's been getting some highlight reel knockouts since he's adopted this change in his style. You feel what I mean? Danny Garcia, I'm sure he's noticed that. I'm sure he's noticed the change up in Erislandy Lara's style, and he feels like as a counterpuncher, the counterpuncher that Danny Garcia is, I'm sure that he's going to be able – I'm sure he feels like he could hit Erislandy Lara with these shots now that he's a stationary fighter. And I'm thinking that he could actually hurt the man or hit him with some clean shit or even land a harder, more effective punches. You see what I mean? It's a tough, competitive fight, in all honesty. I think that Erislandy Lara is the favorite. And I do think that Erislandy Lara is the more skilled guy, regardless of the age. So I think Erislandy Lara is going to do his thing. You know what I mean? I think he will come out victorious against Danny Garcia. But if Danny Garcia is able to pull off the upset and become a three-division world champion, that'll be absolutely sensational. And it'll be another great win on Danny Garcia's resume. Regardless of how old Erislandy Lara is, Erislandy Lara is still the goods. You see what I mean? He might not be the younger version of himself, but he's still a dangerous fighter. So I'm really looking forward to that. There's actually going to be Caleb Plant going to be in the mix as well. He's going to be fighting McCrombie. You see what I mean? So that fight was supposed to take place in August. That fell through because I believe McCrombie got injured or whatever the case was. So they're going to be running it back September 14th, along with the return of Rolly Romero. You see what I mean? So Rolly Romero going to be back in the picture. So it's some notable names that's on the card. It's just not the most competitive fights. You feel what I mean? So if you just want to come out and see some notable names come out and rumble, this might be the card for you. But in terms of seeing the most competitive fights like we just seen last Saturday, then most likely, you're going to be disappointed. You feel what I mean? But, I seen the press conference. I didn't really get to check out like the undercard press conference. I didn't really see anything too sensational about that. Glizzy said Rolly really finessed the spot, Mark. He a PBC fighter, you know what I'm saying? And, he's not the biggest name on PBC, but he's a showman. He's an entertainer. And he's going to attract some fans over because he a funny dude and he know how to talk and all that good shit. So, of course they're going to give him a spot on the card. Because even though he's not the best fighter PBC has, he understands how to promote a card. He understands how to promote himself. So, maybe they did that strategically. You feel what I mean? So it is what it is. Stephen Fulton is also on the card. Yep. So they're going to have two Philly fighters on the same card. Stephen Fulton been training with Bozy Ennis and them. You know what I mean? Wahid, he training with Wahid as well, who's also his manager from what I understand. And, Stephen Fulton is looking to get himself back in the mix as well. He's been coming off, I think he's coming off of like a year and some change layoff, probably a year. And he's looking to make his name get his name back in the mix. You know, he was talking about going to the 130-pound division, but he said he's gonna make a stop at 126 and do some damage there. So, you know, there's definitely some good notable names on the card. You see what I mean? And I'm really looking forward to seeing it. The undercard, exactly. So I was watching a press conference and Oscar De La Paz said, shout out to him. He said, what do you think about Scooter Energy earlier? He seemed off. I just think that he's frustrated. I think I'm not going to lie to you. I think he was a little frustrated with, being placed, given certain dates and then, it falling through and it being canceled and shit like that. So it seems like Stephen Fulton got a lot of pent up frustration. You feel what I mean? It seems like he's not satisfied with what's going on, but it is what it is. He got a fight day September 14th. And, it seemed like he didn't really want to do too much talking. And, it seems like he's just going to take that frustration out on his opponent September 14th. That's the only way he could really do it. You feel what I mean? So, he definitely seemed off. He's more of a bright personality when he's doing press conferences and shit like that. But, some people have their days, man. You know what I mean? And whenever they feel some type of way, some people, express themselves. Other people like to stay to themselves. And, Stephen Fulton probably the type dude that, he'd rather keep it to himself and just put on a great performance. You know what I mean? The only thing that's going to be able to get that frustration off of his chest is him just stepping in the ring. That's just what it is. You feel what I mean? So that's that. That's how I took it, in all honesty. Derek Wilt said Edwin De Los Santos versus Frank Martin next. I'm hearing also, if that fight takes place, that's a great fight for the lightweight division. And man, that'll be sensational, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Frank Martin was talking about fighting Rayo as well. So Frank Martin might just get those opportunities since he got that Gervonta Davis opportunity, and he's actually like a name in the division. He might be able to get those fights. So hopefully we see some entertaining fights at 135 because we definitely need them. You feel what I mean? Berlanga tall, didn't notice till today. Yeah, he's not a small dude at all. I seen Edgar Berlanga in person because I think we actually fought on the same card at one point in Philadelphia. Yeah, he's not a small dude. He never was a small dude. He's a legit 168. And he probably like about 6 foot tall. You know what I'm saying? Probably a little taller, give or take 6 foot. And Canelo Alvarez not a tall dude, man. They keep listing him like he 5'8", but he every bit of probably 5'7", because I seen pictures of him and Floyd looked like he was slightly taller than him, and Floyd is listed at 5'8". So, Canelo Alvarez not a tall dude. He's undersized for the division, but he's been getting away with shit, just being an experienced, strong fighter. You feel what I mean? But let me give you guys my impression of the press conference and exactly what I was thinking, because I remember back when I was giving y'all my reaction to the Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis press conference. I told you guys when Frank Martin flinched that said a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? And I was saying based off of that he was concerned about Tank's power and he's going to be really biting on Gervonta Davis's feints the night of the fight. And that was exactly what happened. I had people coming back and I was like, yo, you was right about that. So let me give you guys my reaction. And I could be right. I could be wrong. But I see Edgar Berlanga, he comes out, and as soon as they announce his name, this dude don't got a shirt on. You see what I'm saying? I thought it was like his outfit at first, but then I seen him put his shirt back on after the announcement. He said, I'm always right. I'm not always right, my brother. Don't do that. Don't be glazing like that, bro. I know your name Glizzy, but you ain't got to be glazing all like that. I be wrong too sometimes. Let's keep it humble just a little bit. But regardless, I thought that was just like his outfit. I just thought the nigga ain't had no shirt on, but I seen they gave him his shirt after he sat down. He put it on. I'm like, wait, so you just took it off for the hell of it? I was like, what the fuck going on? So I just think that he was just showing the media like, look, man, I'm in shape. You feel what I'm saying? I'm ready to go. I mean, ain't nobody fat, ain't nobody lacking. You know what I mean? I'm in my bag. That's how I took it. You see what I mean? But at the same time, I really do think that, Edgar Berlanga, I don't. He's never been in front of lights this bright. You see what I mean? He's never been in front of, the media that, and he's headlining. And he's never had that much media there. He hasn't had that many people taking pictures of him and shit like that. So maybe he just did that impulsively. I don't know exactly what his intentions was, but it seemed like a little bit of overcompensating on my part, man. On his part. I feel like, in all honesty, bro, you ain't really have to do that. You feel what I mean? Like, if you want to show off how ripped you are, You know what I'm saying? You could do that at the weigh-in. You could do that the night of your fight because that's when your shirt will be off any fucking way. And with you being in shape right now, that really don't mean shit because it's like you gotta. I don't know how much time is it until the fight. You know what I mean? September 14th. It's currently August 5th. I said April. Shit, I'm fried. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 weeks and some change. You know what I mean? A little less than 6 weeks. So, I mean, you got a lot of time to actually get in shape and, all that shit. So, I don't know that the first press conference is the press conference to really be showing off your physique and shit like that. You know what I mean? But Boxing Film said Canelo look fight ready as well. Yeah, Canelo don't really blow up too much in weight all like that. He don't never really look too out of shape. He might be a little overweight and shit like that. But in terms of like looking fat or, just looking chunky or whatever, you don't really see that on Canelo from what I've been seeing lately. You see what I mean? So, I'm sure they both training, they locked in and all that good shit. But Edgar Berlanga, he wanted to show off. You know what I mean? He wanted to show the people like, yo, this is my moment. And I'm letting you guys know right now, look, I'm already in this type of shape. Imagine 6 weeks from now. That's how I took it. Now, when they faced off, I couldn't help but notice that Canelo was acting a little out of character. You know what I'm saying? Usually when you see Canelo face off with people, he got a serious look. You know what I mean? He not really smiling or doing anything like that. Or he just coasting through the press conferences, doing the regular media obligations and shit like that, just being professional. But Canelo was genuinely laughing at this dude. You see what I'm saying? Like, he was laughing at the dude. And I caught him laughing at Berlanga, several times throughout the press conference. And I was trying to figure out why that was because Canelo's not the most friendly dude. Like I said, he keep it professional. You know what I mean? If somebody trash talk, he'll say shit back. He'll even take it there with you if you get out of pocket, like we seen with Caleb Plant and shit like that. But with this one right here, man, it seemed like he was genuinely entertained. Like he was clowning Berlanga on the low. I mean, I don't know how anybody else took it. I don't know how y'all seen it. And I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that Canelo is not taking Berlanga serious. This man has been fighting at an elite level for well over a decade. You know what I mean? He fought Floyd in like 2013. It's 2024 now. That was 11 years ago. And he had big fights prior to that. They said this man got 25 world title bouts. That is more fights than Edgar Berlanga has in total. So, I'm sure that he's aware of taking everybody serious and preparing properly for every performance to the best of your ability. So I'm not sitting here saying that he underestimating Berlanga. I hope he isn't, because it'd be a motherfucker if Canelo beat all these quality Hall of Famer type dudes, then he come up short to unproven, you know what I'm saying, overrated at this moment Edgar Berlanga. You feel me? It'll be a fucking travesty to even see that. But anyways, yeah, man, like he genuinely like entertained by the dude. Like he thinks that like the dude really funny on some shit. You see what I'm saying? So then they sit down, they get to talking back and forth, and Edgar Berlanga is he really riding pause. He really going with the Puerto Rico versus Mexico narrative and on some real shit, bro. I'm not rocking with it. You see what I mean? I'm not rocking with it at all, because when we talk about the Puerto Rico versus Mexico rivalry, we're not talking about a decorated Mexican versus an unproven Puerto Rican. That's not what we talk about when we talk about the Puerto Rico and Mexico rivalry. We are talking about decorated champion versus decorated champion. The best Puerto Rican in the division versus the best Mexican in the division. Yeah, I'm from Philly, E-Talks. Yeah, I'm from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Glizzy, it's a fact. That's the only narrative that they could go by, because they don't got really any other sales pitches. They can't say that Berlanga's the best super middleweight in the division. He's the number one dude. He's the number one contender in the super middleweight division, because that'll be cap. This man has not beat anybody notable. He hasn't beat any other top contender. So how the fuck is he a top contender? They cannot roll with that. So what are they going to ride with? The rivalry that exists between Puerto Rico and Mexico that's been ongoing for years and carries a lot of history. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to actually put the link up on here to see if anybody want to join, chime in, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? He says, salute Philly, salute to you, my brother. Thank you for showing love. You know what I'm saying? Ralph says, watch Berlanga get starstruck once the bell ring. That wouldn't be a surprise at all, because there's been more, credible opponents that have fought at a high level that have gotten starstruck too, like Jermell Charlo. You see what I mean? Way more decorated, way more experienced than Edgar Berlanga. not experiencing the 168-pound division, but I'm talking about just being under them bright lights. And that man was starstruck when he stepped in the ring with Canelo. Was even starstruck at the press conferences for real, for real. Now, I think Edgar Berlanga did his best to make it seem like he didn't fear Canelo and shit like that. And he probably doesn't. He probably doesn't fear Canelo, but you could tell he admired that man. You see what I mean? When he was on there talking on stage and he said that he wanted to fight Canelo ever since, you know, he made his pro debut and shit like that. It takes a certain level of admiration to, you know, constantly think about another man. To dream about another man and remember it visibly takes a certain level of admiration. You see what I mean? So he admired Canelo Alvarez just like everybody else. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like the only motherfuckers that don't admire Canelo Alvarez is the niggas that he's ducking at this point, like David Benavidez, Morrell, and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. You can tell Edgar Berlanga admires that man. They on there speaking. And like I said, you know, Canelo's thoroughly entertained by this dude. Edgar Berlanga talked about how he manifested this fight, which is fucking cap. The reality is you had some good business people around you, and they talked to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo saw it as an easy lick, so he took the opportunity. But he went on to say that he dreamt about fighting Canelo Alvarez. He said that Canelo was watching him from ringside. This is according to his dream. So he's having an out-of-body experience in his dream. He says that Canelo is sitting in the crowd watching him fight. He just wanted to fight or whatever. He said he was going crazy on top of the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I don't know if that's a pause, but it sure sounds like it. And he said that, you see that kid right there? We're going to make history together. And he said ever since then, he knew that he was going to fight Canelo Alvarez. You see what I mean? Because he was dreaming about that man. Now, Canelo Alvarez heard this and automatically started laughing. He thought that shit was funny. He was like, yo, this dude dreaming about me. So Canelo Alvarez said, it's like, yo, this dude idolized me. Like, I'm really on this man's mind. Like, I'm on this man's mind so frequently that he's having visual, vivid dreams about me. You feel what I'm saying? So Canelo Alvarez low-key looked like he was flattered in a way, but then in another sense, he was like, yo, like this dude, like he a clown. You know what I'm saying? Like he was genuinely having a good time on that motherfucking stage. Yeah, the link is open. The link is open, Marky Dan. Yes, it is. But yeah, man. He said, what he mean crazy on the ropes? Like celebrating, yeah, like he just won a fight. You know what I'm saying? And usually when guys win a fight now, they go on top of the ropes and they celebrate and they be talking their shit. He said that's what he was doing. And Canelo was like, you see that kid right there? We gonna make history together. You see what I mean? So Ali said God showed him standing over Sonny Liston. Hey, man, it is what it is. You know, some motherfuckers dream and then that dream come true. I'm not clowning Edgar Berlanga for that. I'm just telling you what the man said and what it means and how the way Canelo seemed to perceive it. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, some dreams do come true. Sometimes you may visualize shit and then it actually happen. Regardless of the situation. Yo, Orlando Finney a clown. He said, what's good, MarkMazuma Nation? You wilding out. Edgar probably woke up from that dream and had to run to the bathroom. LOL. Yeah, you out of pocket, bro. You out of pocket. But nah, hold on. Let me see real quick. Marky Dan, 123. What's going on, my brother?
What's good? What's good? Salute Mazuma TV. It's an honor being up here on your panel, bro. I've been watching you for a minute. It's always great conversation. What you got?
No, you good. Go ahead.
No, I just heard you talking about Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah, what about him?
I haven't. I don't know. I haven't really been tapping too much into Canelo, into Cinnamon. I've been trying to stay off of him because there ain't really too much, you know what I'm saying, action going on at 168. Now that Benavidez and Morrell, they up there. But I see him getting violently beat up. I think Canelo is going to put him down. I don't mind the fact that he's coming out saying that he's having prophetic visions or that he manifested this fight or this moment for himself. Because
Mm-hmm.
that stage, he's going to be in that ring by himself. You know what I'm saying? Peter McNeely, when he fought Mike Tyson, he was in that ring by himself. And he was on it, and he took advantage of every second he had in front of the media and the camera to shout his people out. So I don't mind it. Salute to Edgar Berlanga, man. He did it. He made it. He got the bag. He got the big fight. And for what it's worth, they got to fight the fight. So he could still win this. Even though I think he gets beat to death. I think he could. I don't think he can win. But hold on. I
As
don't think
long
he
as he
can win.
get in there, he got a chance. That's what you're saying.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I get
They
it.
still got to fight the fight. And he could punch.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that he got on his side. You know what I'm saying? And I never really knocked Edgar Berlanga for getting the opportunity. It's really Canelo Alvarez's fault. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like
Yeah.
Canelo Alvarez is going to choose him and Berlanga's going to be like, oh, I don't deserve it. I'm not taking the fight. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to accept the fight. It's a big bag. You know what I'm saying? And they did a great job with managing this kid's career. This dude has relatively fought nobody and is jumping straight
Pretty
into.
much.
Yeah, like what I'm trying to say is, I'm not discrediting like people and calling them bums and shit like that, but in terms of being like top contenders at 168 and shit like that, he didn't go through that like everybody else did. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I take it. I think that he just had like a very fortunate series of events, and this man has relatively done nothing in the 168-pound division, and he's jumping straight into the big leagues. You know what I mean? That's like playing playing AAU and then you jumping straight into the NBA. You know what I mean? You're not facing them top dudes in March Madness and all that shit. You just jumping straight into the mix with the greats, with the
You
top.
LeBron James.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to my
But
Yo,
boy.
yo.
nah. Berlanga ain't no damn LeBron James. My bad. But
No, I get
nah,
what you're saying though.
I get what you're saying though.
He definitely
The,
not prime. He definitely
yeah.
not prime. But you talking about the transition. I get it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he a Kwame Brown or something like that.
Kwame Brown.
What's the word, Mark? What's the word?
Nah, we maintaining my
You
brother. We just talking that shit. You know what I mean? We just speaking about what's going on right now. But just to give further like details into what was going on in that press conference that I was peeping in all honesty was Canelo looked like he was genuinely entertained, bro. Like he was really laughing at Berlanga. And in a sense, it just felt like he don't take the kid serious. I'm sure he's gonna take him serious in the ring. I'm sure he's training properly. He's too elite. He's too experienced to underestimate
I
anybody.
mean,
But he
Canelo don't take the sport of boxing serious if we really think about it. The
what in
man
terms of
said it
like
himself. I don't have to fight the big fights. I already proved myself.
yeah, but I'm
I
talking
mean,
about like preparing for a fight though. I'm sure he not half-assing and
yeah,
training. He
mm-hmm.
just don't give a fuck about what the fans think. But preparation, I'm sure he got that on point.
Yeah, no, he ain't playing around, especially what happened after Bibble. And he was
Yeah.
fucking off in that fight. He was drinking, gambling before the fight, and then what happened. So he's not gonna try to have a result like that. But in
He
terms of
trying to
like the business and the way how Canelo manages his fights, like it's no doubt he takes this shit as a joke because he has this fan base, this supreme troll Mexican army that's just gonna back him up no matter what. Even if you got the legends like Marquez and Barrera and them, they come out and they don't fuck with Canelo. They say he's a hoe and a pussy for how he moves.
Marquez
All
don't
that?
like him. Yeah, yeah, bro. That's a
Nah,
fact.
but real stuff, right? I feel like Canelo was only laughing at him because Berlanga's a clown.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah,
me?
yeah. That could be. Mm-hmm.
I think
I
that
don't, me
Berlanga was really
personally.
like trying to come across as like this serious, what I mean, like no fearing type man. And Canelo was like, yo, this dude, like he a goofy, bro. Like he was seeing right through like the character that Edgar Berlanga was putting on display. And then this was the third time he laughed was when they did the last face off. So he laughed at him the first time. The first time they faced off, but the final face off, Berlanga kept going to Canelo ear, like constantly, like right here with it, right here with it, right here with it. And Canelo was like, you gonna see, you gonna see, you gonna see. But like while he's saying it, he laughing though. He laughing at him. I'm like, yo, he don't take this man serious at all. I didn't see him laughing Dimitri Bivol face. I ain't see him laughing none of these
Nah,
dudes face. But Berlanga, like he getting a kick out of this shit. Like
nah.
this a knee slapper for him. You see what I'm saying?
Canelo done seen Berlanga's types in the streets of Guadalajara. He done slapped people like
Yeah,
Berlanga before. If they
yeah,
were
but
in the
he
streets,
see
he'd have
right
slapped
through him.
them.
He see right through him.
Nah, he was laughing because Berlanga was whispering like he was gonna tickle him in the locker room. They're gonna patty cake. They're gonna do a bunch of goofy stuff, you know.
Over under, I'd say 4.5 rounds.
4.5. He gonna get him
Nah.
out there that easy?
4.5. I don't have no confidence in Berlanga.
Yo, and you know why I'm not gonna really like disagree with that? Because just seeing Berlanga on the come up and shit like that, bro, he not the most durable dude, man. He not. He not.
He been
I
dropped.
will never forget this man getting stopped by Lubin, a guy who's 2 weight classes lower than him. Yeah, he was more experienced at the time, but you know they got 16 to 18 ounce gloves. They got headgear on, and you getting demolished by this dude. Like you falling, you doing all types of shit. And the amateurs, you getting rocked, and then you fought a dude who just fought you back just a little bit. He putting you on your back pockets and shit, bro. It's just not a good look, man. Like I could really see Canelo, and this is the thing. He bite on feints hard as shit, bro. Like I seen the Mexican dude feint to the body, come up top, bro. That's Canelo's specialty, bro. He could guide you to the body and bring a hook up top. That's what he cracked Triple G with. He'll change the levels, have you drop your hands, and then come right over the top. Bro, he hit Berlanga with that, bro. Berlanga is going to go to sleep. And my homie Ralph that's on here right now said that he might go out like Kirkland, bro. I believe that shit. I believe that shit, bro.
If he go out like Kirkland, I swear to God, the nonstop memes of me just commenting on his Instagram and whenever he posts anything, I'm just gonna force it. I'm gonna just tweak out.
Bruh, y'all be seeing them MMA knockout memes that they having now where like when they go to sleep and they hands get all messed up, they like put them drumsticks in their hands and have them like drumming with like some type of AI or whatever.
I seen a bull fall on his ass and they put him in like a go-kart and sped away and shit like that.
Oh man, they're gonna do Edgar Berlanga nasty.
So dirty, bro. And like listen, my family come from Puerto Rico and shit like that. I'm tuned in with the other Puerto Ricans, bro. I know Puerto Ricans.
I forgot you Puerto Rican.
Bro. Niggas is locked in with Canelo in Puerto Rico, bro. Right-handed guy on my son. On my son, I'm talking to people out on the island, and they're like, yeah, man. I mean, we don't really fuck with Berlanga like that. We rooting for Canelo. Like, what?
They don't know Berlanga out there.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
I'm from St. Croix. We don't know Berlanga down here. None of the Puerto Ricans over here mess with him like that.
Where you from?
If you go to I'm from St. Croix. We 40 miles away from Puerto Rico. And we got a strong Puerto Rican population over here. They don't know Berlanga. I sit down with people at the shake shop, at the smoke shop, wherever it's Puerto Ricans at, I guess. They don't know who Berlanga is like that.
You said St. Troy's? Where you say?
St. Croix.
How you spell that shit?
ST.CROIX. St. Croix.
Oh, okay.
Virgin Islands.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, he probably much from like the Virgin Islands.
Oh,
yes, sir. But
that's dope. Yeah, I never heard of this shit.
Yeah, it's like St. Croix, St. Thomas, all that.
Water Island, St. John.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. Okay. Yeah, you putting me on. I ain't. Oh yeah, y'all right by Puerto Rico.
Yeah, man. Beautiful islands, beautiful people, women.
Oh,
awesome music.
Great food.
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right. Yeah, y'all right next to Puerto Rico. That's what's up. Salute.
That's where
tiny dot.
That's where Julian Jackson's from. If you didn't know.
Nah, Julian Jackson is from St. Thomas.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's from the VI. Yep.
He's from Virgin Islands, yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
Yep.
But nah, not to get too, caught up in what's going on. You could travel there with your US ID for real? Oh, well, it's the Virgin Islands, yeah. US Virgin Islands, okay.
Yeah, take you a trip to St. Thomas. You could take or matter of fact, you could come to St. Croix and then take the ferry over to St. Thomas. And that's like an hour and a half. Then you could just go over there for like a couple of days and take the ferry to St. John. Like, that shit is beautiful.
Yo, your profile pic, by the way, is hilarious. And
Did you see, bro, in the Olympics?
That dude goated, bro. That nigga said, I don't need no natural shooter.
Nigga, and he had his hand in his pocket. Them other people, they had
Yo,
like
he got a
all
silver
kind of
medal, right?
specialized glasses.
He
He
had like
came by himself with himself.
Yo, it looked like somebody drew the Turkey shit on his shirt too. It looked like they niggas took a Sharpie and just they sent a certified hitter over there. Yo, but he
sent a
left
gunman.
He left with like a silver medal, right?
Yeah. At 51 years old, never accomplished anything in the sport.
Old head goated. Yeah, old head goated. But yeah, man, to go back to Canelo Alvarez and shit like that, man. My personal opinion, I don't know what the man think. I could be right, I could be wrong, but he not really, you know, he not really he see right through Berlanga. I'm gonna just keep it 1,000. And like I said, for you, Berlanga even said that he been thinking about fighting Canelo Alvarez since his pro debut, right? So that was years ago. So with that being known, it's like it take a certain level of admiration to think about a man that long. It take a certain level of admiration and a whole lot of thinking about that man to have a vivid dream about him. You feel what I'm saying? It take up a lot of mind space to, you know, to think about that man that much. So he idolized Canelo Alvarez just like all these other dudes, bro. I'm gonna keep it 1,000, bro. Just like Jermell and Jamal and all them, bro. They all look up to that man. You feel what I mean? So, like I said, you know, at one point in time, I had made a video a couple days ago where I was like, yo, I really hope Berlanga clip Canelo because I don't like how the way Canelo moving. But at the same time, it's like, do I really want to see Berlanga in a position where like he the top dog in the division? Because he ain't gonna fight none of these motherfuckers either.
That's another good point. Yeah.
Do you think if he becomes unified champion at 168, that he's gonna give any top dog? Because I bet you Benavidez will move down for that shit. Do you think that he will fight these guys? Do you think he'll fight a Morel? Will he fight a Benavidez?
Well, no, he ain't fighting no Morel. But I think if they came to him with the correct amount of money and respect, he'd make that Benavidez fight. Because that's make the Morel fight? Big money. That's Puerto Rico versus Mexico. I could see that doing over $1 million buys, especially if he knock out Canelo.
And that's it. I see him doing a rematch with Canelo, and that's it, bro. I don't think he want nothing to do with them dudes.
Bro, real shit. If he,
I just can't believe he skipped the line like that, bro.
I just see the business. If he don't do that, then he's stupid. On top of being scared.
Shit, I can't believe he skipped the line like that, bro. I ain't want to believe that shit, bro. But the way how
that's boxing,
like, bro. I guess it is, man. It is what it is. But like this dude, Berlanga,
we don't have a playoffs. We don't have an NFC championship to get to the Super Bowl. We don't do that in boxing.
Yeah,
we nickel and dime. We pick who we pick.
Yeah, but like Berlanga was like he was just so confident and this was like months in advance. Like, yeah, we fight Canelo next. Yeah, we fight Canelo next. And I'm like, yo, why he keep saying that? Like he's saying that with the utmost confidence. Like he already knows something, and apparently he did. This shit crazy, bro. This boxing shit is insane, bro.
If he knocks out Canelo, he's just gonna retire right after that. He's gonna be like, "Yup, I'm gone."
Hell nah, man. It's too much money on the table. He's gonna be the king of New York.
He probably never leave New York after that. I bet you that.
I don't know about New York, but maybe the Statue of Liberty. That's about it. He's ass. Man, he is garbage.
He'd be the new A's Faison.
He's garbage, bro.
So that's what I think. That's what I think about that whole, you know, him dreaming about Canelo and all that shit. So, you know, obviously they on press runs right now. I seen Edgar Berlanga went to the Breakfast Club. I don't know if Canelo went over there, but I know for a fact Canelo went to Sway in the Morning. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sway in the Morning for bringing him on. They had about like a 22-minute interview, and Canelo said some shit that I didn't even know about. You know what I mean? He opened up just a little bit on there. I did not know that Canelo Alvarez makes 80% of everything that happens in that fucking arena, bro.
Damn.
80%, bro. He literally said that, like, concessions, anything that's being sold in that arena, he gets 80% of it, bro.
I believe it. It's
Jesus
the Floyd
Christ.
Green print. Okay, Floyd Mayweather. listen, people were making money before Floyd, but the difference was a fighter never got a piece of everything like Floyd did. And
Yeah,
Canelo said, I'm
Canelo
going to get
copy and
up off of
pasted that
Oscar and I'm going to get the same. Or matter of fact, that was probably structured in his own deal from jump.
shit.
All the way back when he signed that offer with Oscar.
Bro, that man, I can't. I gotta give him his credit, man. You know what I mean? I don't like how the way he move at times, but like business, dude, like on some business shit.
Yeah,
He's on it.
That shit is sensational, bro. You can't beat that, man.
yeah.
I don't know if he made that glizzy. I never heard Floyd speak about like percentages he made off of concessions and shit like that. But Canelo told you off the rip, he get 80% of everything that goes on in that arena. Them niggas making curly fries, he getting 80% of that. They over there selling t-shirts, he getting 80% of that. Yo, everything that is going on in that arena, he's getting a cut from, bro. That is sensational.
Canelo is definitely a great businessman.
Bro, I had to give him credit for that, man. I just wanted to salute him for that, bro, because there ain't nobody doing that in boxing. I guess that's why he called himself the face, because he could do shit like that.
Yeah,
but anyways,
80% is insanity.
Yeah, bro. And the fact that they agreeing to that must mean that they still getting a nice chunk of change anyway. It still makes business sense for them, so that's why they agreeing to it. But regardless, I actually had heard a couple. Shout out to the dude that was with Sway. I don't know his name, man. I don't want to be disrespectful or anything like that. But you could tell that he was like on the hardcore boxing fan side of shit, because he was asking some pretty good questions. Not like that casual shit. Like, so how long do you wait? How long do you not have sex before the fight? Like,
that bullshit.
Boxing fan questions, or what weight you walk around at, man? Like, they gonna really tell you they walk around weight and shit like that. But anyways, he was speaking about the possibility of fighting Terence Crawford, because you already know the whole lead up to the Terence Crawford fight, they mentioned Canelo, and Canelo kept it a buck. He was like, "Yo, man, like, I think he got an understanding of weight classes mattering." After that MarkMazuma fight, and I wouldn't really care to fight him, but if they offer me a certain amount of money, talking about Turkey, that he said that Canelo Alvarez is easy money at 168. What y'all think about that?
Who said Canelo is easy money at 168?
No, Canelo said Terence Crawford is easy money at 168.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I think
especially after Saturday.
My bad. Go ahead, Slam.
Go ahead, Slam. Go ahead.
Especially after Saturday, what I seen Saturday at 154, yeah, Canelo cleans his clock ASAP. He's gonna stop Bud badly. I don't even want to see that.
I don't. I've been saying that shit.
I don't even like Bud. I'm Terence Crawford K all day, but I don't want to see that dude get destroyed like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't even want Canelo to, even get that fucking name on his resume, bro. I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that's after what like Slime just said, after what I just saw at 154, Canelo would completely, just absolutely beat Bud Crawford to death. And I don't want to see that for Bud. I don't want him to go out like that. I don't want him to go out running around the ring for safety. People calling him a coward and stuff, like how they did Jamal. Which one was it, Jamel or Jamal?
Oh, Jamel.
Yeah, Jamel. Like how Jamel went out, because that destroyed Jamel's legacy. Say whatever you want, Jamel. Everything Jamel did at 154, him cleaning out that weight class was immediately erased. People said, "Oh, you didn't stand on your word. You a coward. This and that." But the man was moving up 2 weight classes. So that's the same type of treatment Bud is gonna get if he don't stand up there and fight and get knocked out and put violently to sleep. So yeah, just stay at 154, unify the division. You with Turkey, you with the Turkey man, you with the money man. You ain't gotta worry about money. Just keep doing you. So and not only that, I think Turkey said at the fight, if he doesn't fight Canelo, that he'll fight Virgil.
Bro,
so
what?
Boom, there you go. I ain't mad.
Listen. We
don't lose.
Listen. This is under the assumption that Virgil beats Bohachuk, right? But regardless, bro, and this is just something that I'm noticing with Turkey too, is like, I understand he the money man, so with him bringing the money to the table, he can really dictate who fights who. That's just what happens when you putting the bread on the table, right? But why is it that like Turkey is blatantly ignoring some of the biggest fights that could be made in boxing? How the fuck is Virgil Ortiz more deserving than Jaron Ennis? And how the fuck is Terence Crawford more deserving of a Canelo fight than Benavidez?
I don't know, and I think it's goofy as shit.
Turkey ignores that. Turkey ignores it. He was like, nah, I don't want to see Benavidez and Canelo. I want Benavidez to go to light heavyweight. So you bro, listen, I understand you making some great competitive fights. There was some great competitive fights on Saturday night. I appreciate what he's doing for the sport of boxing and the fact that he could easily be doing so much other shit, but he's deciding to focus on boxing. I think it's dope, and I hope he stick around for the long run. I hope this is not just like some 5-6 year shit, and then he moved the fuck on and just leave boxing or wherever the fuck is at. But I just really need to know, why are you ignoring this Benavidez and Canelo fight, and you willing to just give that to Bud instead of Benavidez, and why are you ignoring Bud and Boots when Bud and Boots is bigger than Bud and Virgil? I really need to know this, bro. I don't really understand, bro. So you mean to tell me that Bud and Virgil is a bigger fight than Bud and Boots? I highly doubt that. When you talk about some of the biggest fights that could be made in boxing right now, you talking about Benavidez, Canelo, you know what I'm saying? You talking about Shakur, Tank, bro, that Bud and Boots is amongst those big fights. A lot of people are calling for these fights, bro.
The only logical reason I could think of would be that if Boots has basically declared that he is at 147 for the foreseeable future, but if a Bud fight was on the table, I don't see Boots turning that down.
No, he said
so I really don't get it. I think that should be the next fight, if anything.
Yeah, he said he'll make the exception. He like, yo, I'm focused on becoming undisputed at 147 right now. But if Bud sent me a contract, I'm signing that shit. He said that shit multiple times. You know what I'm saying?
Really no reason.
Yeah, bro. I just don't understand that, bro. It's like, yo, I said, I appreciate what
and then Mazuma at 168. Not 175. What I want to see happen is set up the tournament. Let's see Benavidez versus Morrell. Winner takes on the winner of Bivol versus Beterbiev. Let's see the big fights happen. Let's see the young guys prove themselves. Let's see who's the real, who's the fake. And Turkey, he could do all this shit. Mm-hmm. He could set up tournaments in every weight class if he wanted to. He has the money. Mm-hmm. I don't know I don't know if the Super League talks are still alive. I don't know if maybe that was just an idea.
Shit, he getting it together.
It's just on the shelf.
He getting it together. You ain't see what he been doing? He's signing all these promotional companies to Riyadh season.
Yeah. I
he
see
locked
that,
in Top Ranking Golden Boy.
It's now on all three. They're now on all three networks simultaneously. That's impressive.
Yo, he's doing it, bro. He about to. I think if he locks in PBC, it's over. If he locks in PBC some way, somehow, it's over because he already working with Frank Warren. He already working with Eddie Hearn. He already working with Top Rank Golden Boy. The only one that seems to be falling back right now is PBC. If he is somehow, some way able to get a partnership going with PBC consistently, bro, it's the Super League. It's a wrap. This nigga gonna be Dana White, bro.
We need fuck a 5v5, a 10v10 PBC versus Top Rank. Let's settle this shit once and for all. Let's settle it. Let's get it done. Let's go.
Yeah, E-Talks Combat said he got the UFC too. That's a fact. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dana White, he don't never make. Oh, are you kidding me?
Real quick, I just wanted to add something. I would also like to see Jermell versus Terence Crawford.
Jermell versus Terence Crawford is a hell of a fight. But Marky said, I think that Jermell sacrificed his stock in the game. You know what I mean? His legacy at 154 for a Canelo check. So that might not be the fight that, people will be calling on immediately. I think that Jermell got to get back in 154 and prove that he's a top dog because, you know, his stock is at an all-time low right now, but he can make a case like, yo, I'm still the man of the division. Ain't nobody knocked me off of my square in this division. Y'all just took my titles, but I'm still that dude.
Right.
Similar to how Josh Taylor was talking about, yo, I'm still the man. Like, they took my belts, but, you know, I still have yet to be beat until T.O. came over and did what he did. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, he still got a name at 154. I think he's a champion in recess, and I believe, what was it, WBA?
Oh. Yeah, I think it's I'm pretty sure it was WBA.
WBO or the WBA. Jermell can easily activate that and get himself in a title shot next. So we'll see. We'll see exactly what Jermell Charlo does, but he needs to get himself back in the mix ASAP.
I think he sparks Crawford.
Why?
Honestly, from what I seen on Saturday, all of that combined with the fact that Jermell Charlo is still Jermell Charlo. He's still nasty. You know what I'm saying? He's still nice. Even though he sold out to Canelo, but still.
How long has Jermell been out the ring now? On top of the layoff he had before that. And then the punishment, not punishment. He didn't take that much punishment.
Nah,
but
he was
still that layoff, and I think he had an injury before that.
Yeah, he did. He was supposed to fight Tim Tszyu and got injured.
Oh yeah, yep. I forgot about that.
He's been out the ring like, if you total that time before that layoff it's going on 2 years, 2.5 years. Yep. No, I think Bud. I don't know if Bud stops him at 154, but I think he beats him decisively.
Absolutely not. And that's what
E-Talks. Look what E-Talks Combat said. He said, do Virgil Ortiz versus Jermell and Crawford versus Tszyu in the winners fight.
I don't mind that.
Jermell would
by the way, what's going on? Ortiz. What's going on? My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Marky. What you say?
What's going on with Fundora versus Spence? Is that done? Is that like? Is it canceled?
I heard they pushed that shit back because they said Spence won't be ready by that time frame. But yo, look, Spence got a lot of shit going on, man. He was already alluded to retirement on his social media. Then he's like constantly on vacation with his family, which is cool, but he doesn't seem like he's locked in on boxing. I honestly believe he's gonna take the rest of this year off. That's what I think. But I wouldn't be surprised if he come back, December or early January or something like that.
Yeah, I think if he takes the rest of this year off, I think he's not gonna fight. I think he should just retire. That should just be it.
But
if that's the case, your mind is not on boxing, and that's okay. He has every right to be. I mean, he made the big money.
Well, was also
he went through something real. I don't care what nobody said. He went through something real emotional with him and Derek James splitting. Like, even though they were on that stage together, I didn't really see them interacting. No, I don't think they're that cool. I think that was that's somebody that's been. Go ahead, Mazuma. Yeah.
There was a camera that was strictly focused on them two during the press conference, and they didn't say shit to each other.
Yeah.
At all.
And that's somebody that's been in Earl's life since he was a teenager. So, I don't know that he could just go back like that.
Yeah, they was making little rumors about who he's gonna be training with. I heard Calvin Ford. You know what I mean? I see him hitting pads with somebody I wasn't able to recognize or anything like that. But regardless, man, yeah, that's a tough decision, man, because Derek James been working with him since the amateurs. So if you used to somebody and you built this chemistry with this person for well over a decade, you know what I mean, and y'all have a falling out, it's gonna be a hell of an adjustment to be made. I could relate to that because I used to wrestle, right? I used to wrestle back when I was a young boy. That was like my main sport. I don't want national tournaments, all that shit, and I was used to the same team. Unfortunately, the high school I was on the junior division of a high school team, and that high school had ended up closing down. It was a Catholic school, and Catholic school is not funded by the government and shit like that. They be funded off of like tuition and all that, so they ended up shutting down. So when that school shut down, it's like everybody split apart. You know what I mean? I had tried out for several other teams, but it just didn't feel the same. And maybe that's how Earl Spence feels. Like, yo, man, like I'm trying all these different looks. You know what I mean? I'm trying these different gyms and these different trainers, but it just don't feel the same. So maybe he's just having a hard time trying to get back in the mix with a trainer and, that trainer might have a totally different style. So now he might have to learn a totally different system, bro. That's gonna be a process, bro. And I don't know if Earl really feel like going through all of that right now to get ready for somebody like Fundora. Because it's gonna be more than just getting prepared for Fundora. Now you gotta build a chemistry with a totally new person. You know what I mean? You gotta listen to this person's whole new style of his. He might have a totally different approach from Derrick James. Derrick James got a real calm demeanor in the ring. He might have somebody who's loud and energetic. He might have a trainer who's real hard on him and might talk crazy to him. It's gonna be a totally different dynamic. You feel what I'm saying? So he probably don't feel like dealing with all of that. And in all honesty, man, I hope they settle that bullshit they got going on in court with with the money and all that. And I hope they could just get back in the mix, man, because on some real shit, I don't even want to see Derrick James without Earl Pause, and I don't want to see Earl without Derrick James in his corner. You know what I mean? They need to get that shit together. They need to settle that shit outside of court. You know what I mean? And get back in the gym because, they both made a name off of each other. And I really feel like them not being, in this, the same gym or under the same umbrella, it rubbed me the wrong way, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Real quick, I wanna say this before I get out of here. I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. Berlanga sleeps with a teddy bear of Fat Joe. I just wanted to say that.
I believe it.
he sleeps with a teddy bear Fat Joe. That's what you said?
Yeah, he's eating Fat Joe eating a pork sandwich.
And he got the shades and the varsity jacket.
And he got barbecue sauce stains on his shirt.
When he press a teddy bear, the Lean Back song start playing.
Nah, it's just sounds of him chewing. This just sounds of Fat Joe chewing.
Hey,
and like if you click it twice, he'll go fuck lettuce and just
lettuce. That's hilarious.
But all right, y'all. Good night, y'all.
Yo, Slime, I holla at you, baby.
All right, bro.
All right. Let's get into these comments real quick. He said Shakur Pagapati said Shakur no longer with Top Rank. Who Tank gonna fight there? Well, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Does he have to fight somebody from Top Rank? There was a real interesting conversation. Did you see that conversation that was going on between Alalshikh, Shakur, and Eddie Hearn? Did you hear that?
No, I didn't see it.
No. It was like some leaked audio that the Zone had put out where like Turki Alalshikh was walking towards him. He like shook Bob Arum's hand, and Eddie Hearn was sitting right next to Shakur, which I also thought was interesting. And I think Turki Alalshikh was like, "Yo, did you talk to him about what we talked about?" And Eddie Hearn was like, "Yeah." And Shakur was like, "I'm ready." And Turki Alalshikh was like, "I need to know now." And Eddie Hearn was like, "We'll talk later." But they were both talking about how like they were ready and all this shit. So I really think that was confirmation in my eyes that Shakur Stevenson is gonna do some business with Turki Alalshikh. And on top of that, I think that he may sign a partnership with Eddie Hearn like Jaron Ennis did. So what are they ready for? What are they talking about?
I agree. That's confirmation in my mind that he's doing business with Eddie Hearn and Turki Alalshikh. I'm not sure if it's gonna be on a long-term basis or just fight by fight. But this has definitely been one of his options since he left Top Rank. So I'm not surprised by this at all whatsoever. But are you ready right now? I need to know right now. I mean, are we talking about Tank? Like, what are we talking about? Like, I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
There's been some rumors going around that Shakur is going to be fighting Cepeda later this year. That's what I'm hearing. And it kind of makes sense because if he locking a deal with Turki Alalshikh or he starts, doing business with Turki Alalshikh, Golden Boy signed a deal with Riyadh Season. So, probably without Turki Alalshikh, Oscar De La Hoya wouldn't encourage that fight between Cepeda and Shakur. But considering that Turki might be in the mix and be doing business with both fighters, he might come up with a reasonable amount of money where Oscar wouldn't mind cashing Cepeda out. You see what I'm saying? So, he said, I like that approach. Turki wants to cut all of the middlemen and talk to the boxers. I mean, that's how it should be. That's how it should be for real. You see what I mean? I actually respect that. Look at this dude.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to hear. I'm excited to see how this, like, how they're gonna structure this. How they're gonna structure this Super League for real. Like, if it's gonna be like a club system where like they're gonna have 8, promotions or clubs instead. They're gonna have top ranked PBC and so on and so forth. You're gonna have 2 fighters per weight class and like a death match tournament or whatever. I'm excited to see how it's gonna be structured. Like, I'm excited to see boxing, like elite level fighter contracts. How they're gonna be structured. Like, if you're an undisputed champ, are you gonna get so and so amount of pay, like minimum or whatever? Like, I'm excited.
Yeah, man,
Like,
that's gonna be good.
Turkey is definitely he's great for this sport, and I'm happy he's there.
Yeah, and this is another thing, like, and I spoke about this on Claymore Rain channel yesterday, and it was that, like, the shit that these fighters and these promoters were talking about a few years back or even recently, that whole other side of the street shit, this person doesn't sell, he don't bring enough money, he don't bring nothing to the table, all those type of excuses, bro. Turki Alalshikh is cutting all of that shit right down the middle, where there's literally no excuse for these fights to be made. You see what I mean? So you could say, oh, he don't bring nothing to the table. All right, well, Turki Alalshikh putting up a bag. So what's the problem? Oh, he on the other side of the street. Oh no, Turki Alalshikh got both of these promotional companies under one umbrella. So is he really on the other side of the street? Oh, he's a high risk, low reward. Is he really a low reward when Turki Alalshikh is giving these guys huge paydays?
Nope. Yeah, the excuses is cut and dry. You got to go over there and fight those people.
Every excuse that you could bring, Turki Alalshikh is neutralizing that shit. So it's really putting these motherfuckers in no other position than to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? And I was speaking about it on Claymore Rain channel, and they was talking about Bacoli fighting like those top heavyweights, considering that he just destroyed Jared Anderson. And Clay was like, yo, they probably not going to fight Bacoli at this point because he a high risk, low reward. And I said, yo, one thing we can't deny is the high risk. That'll never go away, regardless of what type of money is being put up. A high risk is a high risk. You can't really change that shit. But
I am. My bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I am so glad that you brought up Jared Anderson versus Martin Bacoli. Oh my Lord. I was calling it for 2 years. That shit pissed me off so bad because I had Bacoli money line on 2 different parlays, and I had Big Baby Miller on those same 2. I messed it up. I shouldn't have done that. But I had Big Baby Miller on those same 2 parlays. I was gonna win big. Big Baby Anderson went in there and got put to sleep. He got beat to death. Oh my Lord. He got hands and feet put on him. He almost got his head took off his shoulders. It was beautiful. I'm so happy.
Did you see how that uppercut had mangled Jared Anderson head, bro?
Slumpy.
No, that nigga head literally did like a 360, bro.
That nigga almost fell into the third row of the ring.
Like,
it was beautiful.
What's crazy about Bacoli is, bro, he's not even turning his body into his punches. They literally all arm punches. He like boop, 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 boop. Like, he not turning it. He not incorporating none of his body.
Jared dropped right into the uppercut with all that side to side movement.
He ran right into it, bro. I guess Jared thought that he was gonna shoot a jab, so he tried to slip underneath, but the uppercut met him right downstairs, bro. That shit was nasty, bro. But yeah, bro.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they were talking about how Bacoli high risk, low reward. I said, can y'all really say that? Like, can y'all really say that now that Turki Alalshikh is giving these dudes like all-time paydays, biggest paydays of their career? Can you really say he's a low reward? I don't know. But I see right here that Anonymous said people keep talking about Zhang versus Bacoli now. They should. They should.
I don't mind that fight.
They both some big-ass heavyweights with some heavy-ass hands. Great stylistic matchup, man. They're about the same size. What they both like 6'6", 6'7". You know what I'm saying? They both big punchers. One put Wilder to sleep. One put Big Baby to sleep. They both took place and fucking up some American heavyweights. Why not have them fight each other? One of
I
them.
want to see Joseph Parker versus Zhang too. I want to see Zhang get that lick back because that was a good fight.
You think Zhang gets him in the rematch?
I don't know because every time Zhang landed, Parker went down. But Parker, like he's very tough. He's resilient and he knows how to box. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to stay at his safe distance. So I don't know. I see it could go the same way. It all just depends on how tough Parker is on the night because Zhang is gonna land.
Yeah. I think that Zhang struggles in the conditioning department. I think that was the only thing that fucked him against Joseph Parker. He just didn't have the conditioning to really step on the gas. I think if he would have really stepped on the gas, he probably could have got a stoppage or another knockdown that could have turned to,
Yeah, something was up with that.
Yeah. He looked tired, man. He looked like he didn't have the gas tank to really, continue and maintain that aggression. That's what it seemed like to me. Because, like you said, every time he landed clean on Joseph Parker, it had an effect on him, but he just couldn't keep it up. You see what I mean? Man, Joseph Parker was just in a bit better shape than him, so I think that cost him.
Oh, there's a name down there, Caballel, the body snatcher. That boy that just stopped Frank Sanchez to the body, and he stopped the top ranked Russian dude they had. He stopped him to the body too. So I wouldn't mind seeing him versus Bacoli. Let him break his teeth.
He's supposed to fight Parker next. They say he's supposed to fight Parker next. They throwing Parker. Okay. They throwing Parker in the smoke, bro. They've been throwing that.
Hey, they paying him too.
Yeah, they paying him, but they throwing him in the smoke. Like they throw him in there with Wilder. They throw him in there with Zhang. It's like they trying to get him the fuck up out of there.
Nah, but Parker, he's the gatekeeper. And he's willingly accepted that role. Like he's not crying out for a title shot right now. He understands like the picture right now is just caught up with Usyk and Fury and AJ. So he's staying up out that water. So and he's cool just getting his paydays, fighting, B level, middling contenders. Caballel, he's a good fighter, but I don't think he's proven himself, to be elite just yet. So you know what I'm saying? He's willing to take that fight, especially for the pay. Yep. And not only that, let me say this. Joseph Parker has the best resume of this era of heavyweights. Period. It's not even a question. Andy Ruiz, AJ, Wilder. Did he fight Fury? No, he didn't fight Fury.
Nah, they cool. I think they pretty good friends. So they probably
Dillian White. He got a lot of boys. Joe I'm just high. Joyce. I can't. It comes to what you said.
Joe Joyce.
Yeah, Joe Joyce. So he's definitely one of them guys, bro. I think he's a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. To me,
he fought. Yeah, he anonymous said he fought Takam. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he pretty much fought everybody.
Contender, I wouldn't say a gatekeeper. Yeah, he's not a gatekeeper. He definitely not a gatekeeper. But these series of wins, he definitely a contender in the heavyweight division for sure. But let me see exactly what's going on. He said, "I never seen a Chinese person as big as Zhang. Nigga, have you ever seen Yao Ming? Shit, the dude from the Rockets, Yao Ming. That's probably
see Zach Edey.
Who is it?
Zach Edey.
Zach, nah, I don't know who that is.
Damn, you didn't pay attention to college basketball this year? He's from the Boilermakers. He was the Grizzlies took him this year. He's nasty. He's like 7'3", 300 pounds, and Chinese.
Yao Ming skinny as hell, but yeah, Yao Ming like how tall, bro? Like 7'6". How tall was that man?
He like 7'4".
Let me see. Yao Ming, he made Shaq look small, bro. Hold on.
Yep.
Yeah, they say he's 7'6". Shit, that boy.
Damn.
Yeah. 7'6", and he like 300 something pounds.
But look up Zach Edey.
Yeah, he 311 pounds. Zach Edey is 300 pounds, and he's 7'4". That's some big motherfuckers, bro. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they monsters.
Sheesh. But anyways, yeah, man. So yeah, they got a lot of good shit going on. The heavyweight division on and popping. Turki Alalshikh, he locking in all these big time promoters, and just like how you said, Marky, I really hope that I'm really excited to see what he's able to put together with getting all these promotional companies under the same banner. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
E Talks Combat said we gotta take advantage of the heavyweights while we got them. They the only dudes fighting each other. I think slowly but surely we're gonna see all these divisions come together and really start rumbling each other, man. They back gonna be against the wall. They're not gonna be able to turn down these paydays. It's gonna be life-changing money. They gonna have no choice but to fight each other, man. Wait until
Yep.
Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya, they fuck around and do a 5v5 like Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn did. Don't be surprised if they do that, and that shit's gonna be absolutely lit. You feel what I mean? There's gonna be some great fights that's gonna be happening, and you're gonna see people fight each other never thought was gonna fight each other.
They bringing the monster into the fold. What I think is about to happen is Nakatani and Bam. Maybe not this year, but maybe beginning of next year, the two of them are gonna fight, and the winner of that fight is gonna call out Monster. I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's an absolute war. I mean, that's two of the best young fighters under 122, in my opinion. That's two of the best, contenders to the throne of Monster in a way, in my opinion. I would love to see that fight. I would love to see the winner fight Monster in a way. I'd love to see that fight. That's the to me that's the best fight in the fucking sport. I don't care what nobody says.
Dog,
Nakatani versus Monster or
I'm gonna tell you
Bam
this.
versus Monster after he beats Nakatani.
I'm gonna tell you
No
this.
way.
I'm gonna tell you this. Van, one of my favorite fighters. I tell y'all all the time. My favorite fighters in the sport of boxing right now is the three Bs: Benavidez, Boots, and Bam. Right. When I think about Bam fighting them Asian motherfuckers, man, I get nervous. I get nervous, whether it's Junto or Naiwa. God damn, bro. I'm real nervous, but I would love to see that. But that shit
Man,
scares me, man. That
the
shit scares
Monster is something different. The
me. Yeah.
Monster, listen, he's my favorite
I would like
fighter.
to see Junto.
Ask anybody who knows me.
I would
I've
like to see
been,
Junto in them. I would like to see Junto and Iowa Rumble. You know, Junto, he just signed with Top Rank, right? He just signed
yeah, I
to
wouldn't mind seeing that too. Cause they right there. The
that
two of
shit.
them, they right next to each other. Two big
That
Japanese
shit will go
stars.
crazy in Japan, bro. That shit will go ape shit in Japan.
Yeah. And if Junto loses, he could go right back to 118, defend his title, and fight Bam Rodriguez, like I said. So either which way it works.
Tay says Nick Ball, Brandon Figueroa, Shushu, Rafael Espinoza all could possibly beat NUA. Okay.
He said
I
all
think,
could possibly beat him. I think Nick Ball will be an interesting fight. I think
yeah.
Figueroa gets hit too much. I think Shushu gets stopped, put to sleep, beat to death. Just respectfully, like I like the kid, but the way how everybody's hyping him up, like he beat somebody his last fight. Like good job, but I mean he beat him to death. But that guy came in on a week's notice. It's like, come on, dude. Let's see who else he said. Rafael Espinoza. I like Espinoza. I like him. I'd like
It's a
to see that
big
fight.
ass 126.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
see Inui stopping him too. But
I
the
think
thing about
NUA
him is he takes a lot of damage, but he got the will of a lion, and he's young, so he could take punishment right
Brandon
now.
Figueroa do too though. That boy get hit and he don't take no for an answer.
That's
He,
true.
he's
That's true.
durable.
But still, I just got like
And he's huge
I
for
don't favor punchers against those like one punch knockout guys. Mazuma, I don't favor them against those. I don't favor sluggers against those types of guys because
I
they're
mean
too open.
that's understandable. But I think NUA's worst enemy right now is moving up in weight. The more he move up in weight, the more difficult it's gonna be. These dudes gonna be a lot
True.
bigger. They're gonna be able to take his punches better. And it's only gonna be a matter of time before his punches don't translate into these higher divisions. And I think that anyway and them understand that shit. You know what I mean? He doing his thing at 122 right now. Pretty
True.
much cleaned up 122 effortlessly. But 126, I think it'll be a different monster for him. Like, I think Nick Ball stylistically, that's a tough fight for Inoue. You know what I mean? And if Brandon Figueroa isn't phased by Inoue's power, that'll be a problem. Shushu, I don't know about that just yet. You know, they trying to build that shit up. You know, they had Shushu saluting Inoue after his last fight and shit like that. But, you know, that's not really something I really care to see right now. I think the best fight that they can make, man. I want to see Junto and Inoue. That's what I want to see.
Absolutely. I like the Nick Ball fight too. I've been following Nick Ball for a minute, you know, real athletic, fast. But after what I saw with Raymond Ford, I think that he's too much of a like I said with those other guys, he's too much of a slugger. Even though he can box, he has a good jab, he has good footwork, he could get in and out. He has this thing where he likes to take one to give three. And I like that. It's entertaining.
Can't
But
take too many of those.
I don't. You can't do that with anyway.
Nah, he gonna break you down eventually. James says, "Who you got between Danny and Lara?" I already said mine, but Marky, if you want to answer that,
between who?
Lara and Danny.
I got Lara.
Mm-hmm.
I think by majority decision. I don't think he stops him.
Yeah, Danny fucking durable, but this is a different weight class though. But you know, and Lara really been sleeping shit lately. he been knocking shit out lately, but you know, I don't think any of them had the chin like Danny Garcia. But I told you guys, man, I think that Erislandy Lara. I think
MarkMazuma, I'm coming back real quick.
All right. I think the only reason why Danny Garcia is encouraging this Erislandy Lara fight is because Lara changed the style up within the last few years. You know, he's gotten older and he's not looking to run around no more. You know what I mean? He's playing his feet now. He's sitting down on his punches and he's catching. And he's a sniper, man. One shot, one kill type shit. And that's just what Erislandy Lara been on. And I think Danny Garcia looks at that and him being a natural counter puncher, he could probably see himself capitalizing on, you know, Erislandy Lara, catching Erislandy Lara with a flush shot. Danny believes in his power. He believes in his counterpunching ability. And, you know, because of that, he feels like stylistically he might be able to get off on Lara or, you know, even do some damage to Lara. That's the only reason why. I don't think Danny would have even looked in Lara's direction if this was the younger Lara that was, you know what I'm saying, moving around and outboxing people and just using his ring intelligence and shit like that. He sees Lara, he sees his flat-footed, he sees his more stationary now, and that gives him more opportunities to land, you know, his hooks, you know what I mean, his counter punches, you feel me? So I think that's the only reason why he's doing it. However, I do think that Erislandy Lara is a lot more skilled than Danny Garcia. I think he's bigger than Danny Garcia, and I think that, you know, I think the ring intelligence is gonna show in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's gonna outclass Danny Garcia in this bout. So, you know, I understand Danny from Philly and everybody's supposed to, and everybody's so shocked that I'm picking against Danny. Listen, man, I picked Danny Garcia to lose against Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? I picked Danny Garcia to lose against Keith Thurman, even though I was rooting for Danny heavy in that fight. I knew Thurman would beat him. And I think Erislandy Lara will defeat Danny Garcia as well. I think Lara will outbox this man. And I wouldn't be surprised if Danny hit that canvas for the first time, running into a flush left hand. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I think. You know what I mean? But, you know, that's who I think is going to win. For sure, for sure. Let me see. Nick Ball is way more skilled than Pitbull, in my opinion. I agree. But that's not really saying much. I think Nick Ball got a better jab than Isaac Cruz. You know what I'm saying? It's a few things. It's a few things. I would have to really sit down and watch the two to really break it down. But, I mean, they do share some things in common, but I do think Nick Ball is more skilled. 93 Octane says Swift been out of the ring for a good minute. How Swift will be when all of the PBC fighters on extended vacation? Right, yo, inactivity is a big thing with PBC fighters, man. You see what I mean? But I don't think Danny Garcia really tripping, bro. He paid. You know what I'm saying? He made some, from what I understand, he's been promoting on the side and, he got some good business moves going on and shit like that. So it's
Real
not like
estate.
he's meaning for a check. Yeah, from what I heard, he got a lot of real estate, apartment buildings and shit like that. And, I seen that he had bought a bar in Philadelphia. I don't know exactly what happened with that. But yeah, then he was talking about he was gonna build a building in that same lot that his boxing gym is in. And he's gonna have a few units in terms of apartments in there as well. Danny Garcia not fiending for a check. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he just been falling back, being patient. And from what I heard, Danny Garcia don't got much fights left. You know what I'm saying? He just want to accomplish one more thing. And if he's able to do that, then he probably going to hang up the gloves shortly afterwards. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. Tay said, anybody heard from Brian Castano? Nah, from what I heard from people that follow
Yeah, I was
Castano.
just thinking about him.
Yeah, because I was talking about how him and Madrimov would be a hell of a fight. I was talking about how that would be a great fight in the future. I heard
I think
Castano him, but I don't know if he got any dates.
Yeah, I think he's done. I think he's made his money. He fought his big fights. Down there in Argentina, the U.S. dollar is 5 times their currency, so he's good. He's straight.
Oh, you don't think he coming back?
No, I think he done.
Oh, he on some Marcos Maidana shit. He out.
Yeah, he got his beautiful wife. They got a kid. I think they already had a child. I think they have a daughter coming. They good. They got their money. Not only that, he looked like, what I'm saying, he looked intelligent. He looked like a banker or a doctor type of dude. He probably gonna go on to study or something.
Shit, man. 154 cooking up like this, man. I don't know if Brian Castano gonna fully walk away, but if he do, much props to him, man. He fought Charlo back to back. He probably got some good paydays off that. So that's
Absolutely.
the case. Salute to him. Salute to him. Said Danny been chilling. He hasn't fought consistently since like 2018. Yeah, that's true. I think Brian Custer brought it. I think he said he fought like 3 times in 4 years. I'm like, damn, 3 times in 4 years. These dudes not fucking fighting, bro. They don't wasted so many prime years of their career just.
Yep, that's the Keith Thurman era.
Crazy, bro. That Keith Thurman shit even more wild, bro.
That nigga fought 7 times. What? No, was it like 5 times in 8 years? Look at it.
I'm about to check that shit right now. I think there was.
Or it was like 7 times in 8 years.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
It was some outrageous shit.
Let me check him out right now. So Keith Thurman. Last time he fought was in 2022, so he hasn't fought in like 2.5 years.
And they talking about he's
back to the
about to
Danny
fight.
Garcia shit. So from 2017 to 2022, so in 5 years, he fought 4 times.
Go back further than that.
Okay. So if you go from 2016, so in 6 years, he fought 5 times.
Go back further than that.
So from
keep going back further. I'm telling you, like this shit is crazy when you really look at it.
Yo, this is insane, bro. This dude's retired pretty much, bro.
Yeah, this is the PBC era fighter. Al Heyman had them investing their money in other things. They were cool.
He damn near took a 3-year layoff after Pacquiao. Damn near 3 years off after Pacquiao, bro.
Yeah, he was humiliated, beat to death, had money. He was good.
He had a quick turnaround in 2019. He fought Josecito, but then when they called for the Pacquiao John, he spun the block real quick.
Yeah, and Josecito almost spun his jaw. Or no, he did spin his jaw. Excuse me.
No, Josecito hurt him. Danny, yo, listen. Thurman get hurt in almost every fight he's in. I seen him get hurt against Collazo. I seen him hurt against Sean Porter to the body. I seen him I wouldn't say he got hurt by Danny, but he broke his elbow. Shit, he got hurt. Josecito Lopez, he rocking his shit. Pacquiao made his head bounce off the canvas. Barrio's hurting him to the body. He's spitting his mouthpiece out and putting it in his glove. Like, just, you ain't active, and then every time you fight, you getting clipped. So it's like, what the fuck?
No, Keith Thurman, he got. I don't know if maybe it's because he's drinking or something. I don't know. Like I don't know the man personally. I'm not saying he does, but something's wrong with him because it's not normal. It's the same thing I said. That I heard. Salute and respect to the late great legend Kurt Anderson, Kurt Sugar. He said it about Jason Rosario. That shit is not normal for you to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. My fault. That was me.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit is not normal. For Jason Rosario and what's the other book? What's the name of the dude we just talking about?
Thurman.
Yeah, Thurman. It's not normal for them dudes to keep doing that. Something is wrong with them internally, and they need to get that checked out. Maybe they drinking or whatever it is, but no, they need to find another profession.
That Jason Rosario shit was low key scary from that Jermel John. When Jamel jabbed him to the body and he was like convulsing and shit like that.
You need to find another profession.
And that wasn't even that flush of a shot. Like that shit had people questioning whether he dove, like he took a dive or something. That shit was very weird. I never seen nothing like that. To this day, I still scratch my head when I watch that shit. For sure. But yeah, man, we pretty much covered everything. We didn't really get into the Benavidez, John, because in that same interview that Canelo Alvarez did with Sway in the morning, they spoke about how, he was like, yeah, man, so and he pretty much set up Canelo real good. He made Canelo pretty comfortable to answer this question without seeming like a duck. He was like, yeah, man, so listen, man, like you were saying how, because Canelo was like, I feel like I'm a natural middleweight. You know what I mean? So he was like, yeah, man, so you fighting at 68 is you daring to be great. You see what I mean? And is that why you're not really that, optimistic about facing Benavidez because you're not really a natural super middleweight and you feel like this guy's too big or something like that? He was like, well, yeah. He like said like Benavidez is big and that like he'll fight at 160, he'll weigh in 168, then the next day he'll be 190 and shit like that. So Canelo was really transparent on what he feels about Benavidez, and he's blatantly telling you why he don't want to fight this man because he rehydrates too much. And he was saying that he was like, oh, so because you are undersized super middleweight man, would you put a rehydration clause on him? And he was like, he said, yeah. He was like, yeah. I'll put just go check out. Don't take my word for it.
Canelo is a hoe.
I'm telling you, this is exactly what he said.
He's a hoe.
Look, he did a 22-minute interview. That shit's available right now on Sway's Universe. Go check that joint out. And he said that he would put a rehydration clause on him, but then again, he don't want to hear no excuses. But then he doubled back and it was like, oh, well, I don't really care what the fans say anyway. They always talk shit. So this is what he's saying right now. He's telling you why he don't want to fight Benavidez. It's not because Benavidez is unproven and he hasn't fought anybody like he was saying in the past. It's not because of any of that. Because at the end of the day, he's beating better dudes than Jaime Munguia. He's beating better dudes than Edgar Berlanga. The resume is not the reason why. Him being unproven is not the reason why. He is literally not okay with fighting a man who has a significant weight advantage over him. So he said that the only way he'll do it is if they pay him a substantial amount of money, $250 million he wants, and this man is going to have to be on a rehydration clause. If that don't tell you that he is terrified of David Benavidez, I don't know what else is. And I'm sick of hearing these little narratives that be out here from these casual boxer fans that never threw a fucking punch in their life like, oh, no fighter is scared of each other. There's no bro, don't fucking tell me that when we got pussy-ass Canelo out here scared to fight this young motherfucker because he's scared that he's gonna put on 22 pounds. You see what I mean? Yeah. Meanwhile, I heard a lot of stories about Canelo Alvarez weighing 155 and then blowing up to 175. Heard that shit multiple times. I know people that was behind the scenes that was doing business behind the scenes with Golden Boy at that time, and they said Canelo Alvarez was putting on 20 to 25 pounds overnight. Meanwhile, you don't allow that shit to happen to you. You did it to Amir Khan and all them other dudes you fought at 55, but you don't want to fight Benavidez who could do that to you. Man, this shit is ass backwards, man. This shit ass backwards.
Terrible.
You know,
terrible. But
that was the
when
type of
it
time he was on.
but when it comes to Benavidez and Canelo, I think Canelo is just an egomaniac. He wants everything his way. I don't think he's cut. People say he's an all-time great. I don't see it that way. I don't think he's really cut from that cloth of those guys like Chavez and Chuchu Castillo. Those great Mexican fighters, oh my God, Bobby Chacon. Sorry, I'm high. My memory's a little fucked up. But great fighters. That Canelo is not like none of them dudes. He's a hoe. He's a pussy, in my opinion. He's never fought the great fights. He didn't want to fight Jamal. He didn't want to fight. My gosh, so many fighters he didn't want to fight. But Canelo's a hoe. I never respected him, to be honest. Yeah, that's really all I got to say about it. And like I said from the beginning of the show, I told you I don't really care about 168. Ain't shit going on up there.
Yeah.
But Canelo holding up some shit.
But there was a lot of speculation as to why he wasn't facing Benavidez, and we had all these Canelo defenders coming on this channel or just being on social media in general and saying how, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Canelo's not, Canelo will beat Benavidez and he's not scared of Benavidez when he's literally telling you every reason why he's encouraged about fighting this man. He's telling
tell Canelo go with his move. If that's how he really feel about it. If he feel like he'll beat him under whatever circumstances, tell him go with his move. Fight him at 168.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that, bro. He made it clear. So I just think that boxing fans as a whole, man, I already see boxing fans like forgetting about that fight because now, they've been successful. They're successfully able to, change their minds to him facing Terence Crawford and shit like that. It is what it is, man. It just sucks that boxing fans missed out on a really big fight that could have did a lot of good for the sport of boxing. You see what I mean? But it is what it is, man. What can I say, man? You got any final words, Marky?
Well, you never know. Edgar Berlanga could always, sleep Canelo and give us that Benavidez fight. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Boxing is gonna be boxing. Women are gonna be women, men are gonna be men, but the facts are the facts. Mazuma TV is the best in the business. Subscribe, hit that like button, get it done. We're out.
I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, man. Shout out to the nation and the mob, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love to the channel. If y'all can hit the like button, share the video. You see what I mean? Subscribe to the channel. That'll be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? I appreciate Marky Dan for coming on here, Slime coming on earlier and all that good shit, expressing his opinions and stuff like that. This was another great live. You see what I mean? You know what I mean? Don't forget to follow me on social media at mark.mazuma. Follow my business page at Coach Mazuma. The Cash App is right there. Money sign Mark Mazuma if you would like to contribute to the channel, if you appreciate this great boxing talk. And we got 23 people in the building, and I just want to let you know this. Wednesday night, I'm going to have a special guest on this channel. It is locked in, ready to go, man. And he's one of the most heavily requested people that have been requested on my channel. You see what I mean? It's not Boots. It's not Bozy. You know what I'm saying? But he's one of the most spoken about, boxing figures on the YouTube boxing scene. You know what I mean? He's from Philadelphia, just like myself. I'm going to let y'all guess. I'm going to let y'all mind wander a little bit. But on Wednesday night, I will be getting one of the most popular boxing heads, you know what I mean, on the YouTube space to come through and chop it up with your boy, man. So be on the lookout for that one. I'm going to be posting that on my community page as well. So be on the lookout for that. Shout out to everybody that's come through and show love on the channel, man. I appreciate Marky Dan for coming through. Stop Motion MMA, James, J Cash, Pakai Petit, everybody that I'm seeing on the chat right now, man. Thank you very much. I hope y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. I'm out of here, man. Peace.